giving given that we are not simply being supposed to do, and we are giving the difference between blending and self. If I fail to show up, we are guilty of child abuse. Clearly, the 1960 that is breaking my life. I'll be 70. So, this morning, somebody sent something to me. I found very interesting. I said, "Really, it's different." It gives someone that gives you a sense of validation. And it's a quotation. It says, a good Catholic meddles in politics, offering the best of himself, so that those who govern are governed well. And just who said this is Pope Francis. I say this because I still myself, I'm just looking at this beautiful daughter. This is my good daughter. I knew Clement before the Apostolic and I was actually appreciated at Clement wedding. To see these children growing up like this. Despite the problems of this country, I know very optimistic. In fact, because I think we distinct the roots of the things. A lot of great things that have happened and are still happening in the country. I think the greatest.
Yes, sir.
Is that sometimes you feel like you have more or less indicate yourself. I will write what you have to say. The reason why all of the things are important and say the things I say, one is born out of the depth of my personal condition and the result of my faith. And even also as a Christian. And it is also for me very interesting because I know where we all have an idea about where we were. The most difficult place in this country. But I think it's also for me very interesting because if you look at it and how the nature of the team composition in Nigeria today, never have imagined that we were living in Nigeria in 1995 all the way to 1998. There's absolutely no way that the Tinubu would have been started anywhere near Muhammad Buhari. There's no way that the kind of society would have been started anywhere near and so on and so forth. Even people like that, there's a lot of them. And I say this because it's also a part of the picture of the country. That despite being at this polar end, politics has brought certain people together. But those of us who are not necessarily anti-party politics, politics in the way apparent understanding, still have to create enough distance. And I have studied politics a little bit, and I have also lived politics. I mean, we have to do to study politics because Nigeria, our dysfunctional environment is a case study in politics, not the whole. But how to live with this? And then, given the little that I know about how this country, and I say this in a sense of modesty, I talk about parental relations, a lot of people have me on the board and deal with people. I'm an extraordinarily privileged Nigerian. I say so because I come from an environment that is very friendly with the world. And this is especially due to that kind of example. You have to really do the humility. But I love it that having come from such a very geographically significant environment, and to suddenly find myself poised to where I have been, and the looks and qualities of this country, then having mixed up with all kinds of people in leadership positions. I often say that I've said this sometimes. I don't say it because I want to be out. say that the first president should run out. You can imagine the time, you can imagine how old I was then. And from Shehu Shagari right through to today, there's only one Nigerian president that I can say who didn't sit down. That is General Abacha. Not because he didn't try. Because I had certain reservations, and I knew the consequences of shaking hands. After the shaking hands, they tell me, okay, now you know, why do you have to go and say it? But I say so because I know this about the sense of obligation. But I have seen a lot of very, very decent people. There's no single Nigerian woman there is now, and I can ascribe a certain kind of evil intention. And that there are a lot of good people who are tried. And if you understand this, you will know that where we are now, if we continue and we are true to our tradition, is that after General President Buhari has gone, 2023 will be after President, by 2024, at the end of it, we'll be saying, oh, you know, General Buhari wasn't so bad. And if you run through, you know, we are saying all these people are being killed, then suddenly they say, no, they can't be corruption of justice. You really mind the corruption. Our guys are going and we can go on and on. And the point I'm making, just to pay a foundation for things that I'm saying, is that I think one of the things Nigerians don't have come to terms. And I say this in relation to even those of us who are actors, those of us who are is that people ascribe, we really don't understand the job of politics. And I hear Nigerians say, you will just play this card that will get it right. And I said, get it right. That the elections were free, they were fair, they were credible, that's fine. But what does that guarantee? And I say so because elections are like a wedding. A wedding is not a marriage. A wedding is a ceremony. Elections are just an activity. And as you know, a boyfriend is not a husband. The transition from being a boyfriend to being a husband is a completely different journey. Those of you who are living in Global. The transition from being a girlfriend to being a wife is quite complicated. And I'm saying this because many of us confuse electoral processes with outcomes. And that is important that we understand that if you use the metaphor for marriage, really, in my own business, but the relation is not the peaceful starts after. Then you come to things we never bargained for. So the point therefore is that many people studies have actually demonstrated that young couples that fight and end up having to pay money. Very encouraging to them. That's what the psychologists have said. You know, so in effect, I think that the real challenge for us is to figure out how do we manage this process, keeping our eyes on the ball, but also keeping the feet of those who are selected on the fire. And so I hear people say, you know, why are you so good to know? Why are you against our government? And I always say to people, I have more friends in this administration than I've ever had before. But this is not a friendship club. It's not about friendship. I didn't think you have a friend, and you mean well, and you love that friend. So you must be able to tell the friend something that he needs to do before he sets out. A good wife lets her husband know this dress doesn't fit you before people go and have it. Anecdotally, let me tell you something. When we are doing this, when we are computer panel, our office was probably at home at small game after the system. And there was a friend of ours. The secretary of the committee had a friend. And he was a vice chancellor. I won't tell you which university. And the vice chancellor in one of the universities in the north. And we will come to Abuja. And stopping in our office was always the last thing to do before continuing the state. They set up the cabinet by 5 o'clock. What we now feel. So one day he somebody come to greet me. So when I wasn't in the office that day, so my friend, his friend, who was our secretary, told me the story. And when this he said, what happened now? He said, what do you mean? What? He said, what happened between you and I? The man is a husband. He said, what do you mean? You know, something happened before you get there. Because you get to Canada and stuff. He said, something happened between you and I. Did you fight? He said, what kind of nonsense? I don't think that's what I said. And then he said, no, something happened. Tell me. So he said, what are you talking about? Nothing has to say. You can see a sign. So he looked at your chest. And by the vice chancellor looked at his chest. He had worn his abada upside down. So all the places he went to in Abuja, everybody saw his abada upside down. And my friend knew that he had probably had a point with that. So at that point he calmed down. He said, don't mind the she has already. Now, if they have known the things he normally does, if you say, how do I know my wife? He would have known. Not to wear shirt or that. But let me get to the point. Let me get to the basic point to me. He said, let me see. I'm going to go to England. I'm going to mark with the lawyers and you. So I won't touch what the Constitution says about citizenship. But we have an assumption about what being the citizen of the country is all about. And it's likely tied to the obligation that the country owes to its citizens. We are celebrating Clement Nwankwo. Today is his 60th birthday. But he wasn't there when he was born, so he can't really say. Because people told him that he was born on him. And all of us are here. I will say, this is my father, this is my mother died, you know, 2 years ago. How do I know she's my mother? I cannot tell. You cannot tell. And it's not about the quality of our moral life. No. You cannot tell because what happened was, all they ask you, how do you know this is your mother? You can't answer the question. You can only just say that, and she's made a threshold of expectation. And she's done all the things. We're not even talking of DNA. We're not allowed at that level. No. I'm just saying that you cannot prove. The only thing is that you know that from the sacrifices she made, all the things she has done, she has met that threshold. Similarly, if you say, what is it about being a Nigerian? What does that country want? You ask the average Nigerian now, how do we feel about this country? That's the truth. It is, let me use it's Europeans and Americans who are encouraging us. It's not a bad country after all, no. But if a Nigerian tells you that this is a great country, something must be wrong. And you see all in Nigeria, everybody flying first class, British Airways, to drive to go, and then the city, drive to go, and then the city. All Nigerians, all the first class seats are okay. And you meet all these wonderful people sitting down in first class. I like this your address. I'm photo tree. You know, we are not inside the degree of self-motivation. We don't think ourselves because of that. We are all blood in terms of what we see. I remember when I came to the Navy, one of our generals, I went to visit in the Navy. I saw a young couple, young, I just got married. So what I did there, now we came to come for our honeymoon. I said, wow, came for honeymoon? Yes. Then the young man looked at me and said, I'm very upset. I'm happy with coming here, we're so happy we just wanted to come to Nigeria. He said, but we flew Air France. When we got to France, we were looking, you're going to Nigeria? Yeah, we're going to Nigeria. What are you going to do in Nigeria? We're going to honeymoon. So the young man said, I will understand that citizenship from white folk. What do they do? He said the tragedy was when they landed in them. The visa officer looked at me, the immigration officer said, okay, so who are you? So what brings you to Nigeria? So we'll go for a honeymoon. They said the immigration officer came to do passport. And he said they were never. Then he said, by the time he called the second, he said, what about our passport? You don't want to tell me why. Now, I think that this is what the failure of state to link its obligation to the citizen as part of it. So when we say we're talking about citizenship participation in democracy, what exactly are we talking about? Because everything is still in the state of relation. Now, I think the first thing to do is to look at what are really are the obstacles to our development sense of citizenship. Because the first thing that all of us must agree is that we still find the words of our own work being used to validate a sense of the fact that we are not Nigerian. You know, I want to that Nigeria is the African expression, always say that take Yoruba before we are. The truth of the matter is that countries live by the quality of living. And if you don't have a means of identity for who we are, not necessarily because you can validate or you can explain all these things logically. But you have to have something that goes to together. You don't know the Constitution. The Constitution is a major instrument. But if you now come to terms with the fact that between 1914 all the time up to today, we are still debating the quality of the Constitution that we have. There is a strong body of thought that is still arguing that this Constitution is not our Constitution. It's not our Constitution because they say we the people, we were not there. So we are not there. How many people were there when the American Constitution was there? 55 of the 6 men sat down together. There was no woman present. And when you look at the Constitution, it's a different system. It doesn't even contemplate the participation of women. But the point to make is that we shouldn't have been having this conversation if we had agreed on the threshold of what constitutes citizenship, what the obligation of citizens really do, and what the obligation of the state is to do. So I make the point that the notion of citizens in Nigeria, citizenship, is really suspended relation. In fact, because all the very simple, basic things that we expect from a state, it's not that they are not present. One of the things that the definition will tell you is that the state will give you a passport. When you open a passport, you say that what is the passport and the behest of the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. But again, ask yourself, how easy is it to even get something like basic passport? And then when you now look at, so how do I know that this is my country? Well, I know this is my country because I am secure, I pick up my phone and calls, and I'm in danger, somebody will talk to me. I also know that somebody is working with it and my country is secure. We have a standing army, we have the air force, we have the navy, we have the army. Yet, the reality of the situation is that Nigerians today are not relying, are only tangentially relying on the military. Our people are now obsessed. I think the military has also accepted vigilantes groups, all kinds of non-formal security that is totally practiced, and what we are falling back. And our people now have come to terms with the fact that it is more important to look at yourself as an woman, you don't look at as a joke, rather than to look at yourself as a Nigerian. And of course, when we talk about political process, you are never going to have a free, fair, or credible election until you fix the sense of common citizenship. And of course, the system we are running has foreclosed the possibility because there is a type of conceptual clarity. Do we really understand what democracy is all about? Because there are other forms of government. And indeed, we operate for democracy because our church is one form of government. But right now, as we know, and we are talking, even to declare interest in participating in this process, despite the quality of your, you went to Harvard, you went to Yale, you went to Princeton, you went to, that's not enough in Nigeria. This is what I have the ability to do. No, it's not accepted. So if you cannot find 100 million naira or 50 million naira to buy a phone, or you don't have the kind of friend who can, it's just such a joke that Nigerians are sitting, just watching, and we believe that somebody just woke up and this is the man who's going to go to this country. You cannot contribute to our now, and like I was telling you, we have to pay the price. We will pay the price because we are complicit. Because if somebody has erected this barrier, saying that poor people don't need to apply, that's what he said. Then we should not pretend we are in democracy. We should say we are opted for democracy, which is the only way people can participate in the system. If as it is, I see politicians running around and going to places, some towns with about 10 universities, 5 universities, 6 universities, but they will go to those universities instead of creating an opportunity to interact with the lecturers about the nature of the future, to have their thinking process and interrogation. They go read the traditional ruler, make the regular case on the table, and then move. And we're supposed to assume that because we've seen our traditional ruler, that means all of us are religious. So there is a sense in which the fact that all of us are just expressing our moral revolutions and text messages, maybe we'll make it, it might be 100 billion, 100 billion, and you might. You know what I'm saying? Because the most dangerous thing that our conscience is that Nigerians are not aware, you know, that democracy is a competition. And that if you are going to participate in this process, there are no finishing points. Because you have to, the battle will continue to hand over to another generation, to hand over to another generation. So it's not as if we're ever going to come to a threshold of values that we can say this is it, we don't want anything. If you don't pay everybody's school fees, and give everybody a house, and give everybody water, and give everybody life, this will be necessary, but they will not be sufficient to stop us from agitating for other things. But after some time, you feel tired, even of the house that you've been living, because you want something that is much better. So for me, it's not a question of us thinking about, oh, we're going to have, let's make sure we vote right. Vote rightly is not the same as taking the quality that you want. And in any case, it's a contestation. So either way, somebody must go back and choose. Let's say, okay, so you support a football club. You don't have to be in Paris. People are, imagine watching Real Madrid with Manchester City, and you're basically they are watching. All of a sudden, you are about to celebrate because when somebody takes you away. Somebody goes on celebrate, another person goes on sad. Meaning that democracy is never going to deliver on happiness for everybody. Because how the process negotiates with those who lost is fundamental. But again, before our many times, because I don't want to sound very dramatic, but I would have said, why would Nigerians not go to the headquarters of APC and PDP and not the It's not about this, please. But Nigerians, as I said, we are watching telly and just chatting as an aside. Meanwhile, we've signed up to this reality. So the notion that somehow people will come around and say, you know, the Nigerian politics is just over. It's not a perfect environment. So the point I'm making therefore is the need for us to look at other things because we are in an illiberal environment. Where very clearly, as I said, there is a perception that who are you? Whose father are you? Whose son are you? And unless and until Nigeria comes to a point where people begin to appreciate that governance requires internet. But you see, we fell victim by 1986, 87, 88. You know, we mentioned more accurate. One of the things I was doing, I never met more accurate. But here I am doing the conversation. I was going to publish a set of my essays. And I've written to you, and on that trip, he was supposed to help write the foreword. So, but look at people like that. Now, by 86, when the military accused the academic environment, they accused the university lecturers of the works of America, teaching what they are not paid to teach. Today, this is where we are. And does this environment suggest to you that it can understand what democracy is? Because once we threw away paper, which I mean something, which I mean education, we no longer deserve to talk about democracy. Because is it little wonder then that today in Nigeria, it is people who are looking like those who are crawling from caves, no education, nothing, that are holding the rest of us to ransom. So whether you are an Dangote with all their money, you are still afraid of bank. Whether you are president, you are still afraid of bank. Whether you are governor, if not be fear, drag like the rest of us. When you ask yourself, so, against this backdrop, what do we need to offer our citizens to inspire confidence and believability in this process? It is that what should be the rewards for participating in this process? But that is the central question. Why should I participate in this process? I should participate because sometimes there must be something at the end I should let me. Like my friend Audio once said to me, he said the problem with Nigerian politicians is that they believe that we politicians, the people have voted for us to enjoy on their behalf. Okay? So that's why you have people who are in the National Assembly and I have a lot of respect for them. But you couldn't have gone back to your constituency, even as Senate President or Speaker. You say, okay, my people, please gather. I want to read down the list of the bills that I have in the National Assembly, okay? Please, I want you to listen very carefully. These are the bills. They will drive you out of the place. We didn't send you to Abuja to go and mess up. We sent you to Abuja. There is a belief that it's a criminal enterprise. So we want you to participate in that process. So don't tell us about this moral value. It works both ways. And when you talk to the politicians, it's a person who thinks sorry for them because it's not any politician. And I always say to my friends who are politics, you have to work very hard to make politics believable and true. It is possible. But a situation where everybody is calm with the same voice, and this is just a bunch of kids cooperating with themselves. We have to have something that makes politics believable. When you ask yourself now, you ask a young boy who has just graduated, a young girl who just graduated, what do you want to do with your life? If they tell you they won't tell you they want to participate, but they just say they want to go back. And you say, okay, but that is going to go back, you have to go and sign, register with the party. No, I don't want to register, I just want to go back. And it's not because people have some noble ideas about the kind of society that they have. When you look at so many that do politics, about which I know very little, and I know a little bit about some. In 1999, almost every minister in the Obasanjo administration had a copy of Big News. It was almost a capitalism. I don't know whether the ministers read them, but if you went to their houses to see a copy of Big News, they were thinking this is how to deal it. But Big News didn't do anything. They didn't. And you know the man from the one that basic to how governance is not just about good people. It's not just about goodwill. No, it's more than that. When you have this good intention, the next challenge is what is the conveyor belt that carry these people and deliver this service? And if you talk to almost every president, including President Buhari, I'm sure he will tell you that all the good things he's trying to do, these are the problems in the National Assembly. And of course, National Assemblies are meant to do not just legislation. People have their own idea, but how you manage them. And if you remember, the president said, sign of the night that the budget was implemented. You have a choice, you have to sign it. But this is a process where all the ingredients of governance that should appear around our locality are literally held hostage. So they advertise for jobs, but all the jobs have been given out there in Abuja before they leave town. So even when you read this advertisement, young people are just wasting their time because they know that if they are going to recruit 1,000 people, 800 have already been given out. The rest of Nigeria can struggle. And those of us from invisible community with already there have no hope. And it's not about young people used to come to my office and they argue with me. I was giving an age of innocence. And I said, look, just work hard, go and sit for the exam. It's not about sitting. I said, they are trying to recruit people in the police. Go and sit for exam. It's not about sitting for examination. So what do you want to do? You have to get the name. You have to. And then it turns out, one of these young men told me that they said he was in interview somewhere in Nairobi. He called me, I didn't even know who he was. He said, I'm appeared for the interview, I'm passed. But they said that I must give the name of a big man. And so what do you want? I don't know any big man. Can I give you a name? I said, big man. I took the risk. But 3 days later, the young man called me and said, they are telling me. So, if you have a system that is invisible in human structure, that is why one says the things he says. And you know what to do for you. If when you decided that, if you want to participate for us to deliver services, we got a first class. We have to act a public service that works. And as a result, if you got a first class, you went to the public service. And once you laid that foundation in which people felt excited about serving their country, and when you look back at Nigeria, I say to myself, you know, the days of the field, the super pharmacists, the Amazonas of this world. Had we continued on that path, we would not be having this conversation. Because we have seen honor, we also knew honor. And the provocative part, I wish my soldier friends think that they don't like the military. Had we finished the civil war and the military went back and allowed us to continue, because this country has some of the best intellectuals. All you need to do is listen to people like Sam, for example. What's his name? They're all these fantastic Nigerians who had an idea. But suddenly the military moved, they admitted everything. They ended up the situation in which military didn't understand democracy, didn't love democracy. And some of the terrible things that we're still practicing today, our inability to accept due process. We're talking about internal democracy. Well, politics is actually an extension of good law. So you are not even thinking in terms, and people don't want to think about it. So if you ask now who's going to be president of Nigeria, we don't know. It depends on who the president, who's going to be the governor of their state. Governor never comes here. It is the governor who will decide who his successor will be. And after some time, Nigeria will be very sad that President Buhari has not told us who will succeed. And we are supposed to be participating as citizens. Then we are waiting for somebody to tell us whom he has anointed. And then the rest of us will do what? And will pretend that we are participating in the process with a foreclosed outcome. Now, even though he was a new son, he knew and he wanted his son to succeed. But I think he also made sure he didn't lower his standard. Because literally, he sends his son to Kenya. But he literally may have wanted his finger at the point. You don't come back. Don't put enough. Don't put enough for this country. Don't put enough for the president. Because the gentleman goes to Cambridge, studies mathematics, and even though his mathematics teacher said that he hadn't seen a better mathematician than this young man when he was his student. When he goes back home with the first class, so he qualifies to play in the league. So if we don't have, imagine if you have just watch a game, say politics is sport. But who will say that you want a team to win and you are still thinking that the son of the manager or the son of the coach must play, if not in Nigeria for that reason? Or that you are the chairman of NFA or that you are the captain of the Super Eagles? You have the story. These guys are being harassed daily. Play my child, play my this, play my that. You don't have the right to choose the team that can give you this. So it's little wonder that we are where we are. Let me try again. By saying, let's raise the state. Because ethnicity, I mean, we are ethnically diverse. But we are no more diverse than America. We are no more diverse than America. So okay? But the point is, unless we figure out how to manage ethnicity, it has become a problem for us. Because everybody has his own ethnic group. Everybody has his religion. And both religion, ethnicity have become weaponized. So these are weapons, not even of building, but of terror. Because it's not as if every community has an association, an ethnic association. But all these associations, it is difficult to hear that they're telling how to build a new classroom. It's difficult to hear that they're solve a goal. They just gathering together in order to intimidate other communities. But unless we find a way of neutralizing ethnic identity and religious identity, and this is not impossible. It can only happen when we go back to the principle of the Constitution. But unfortunately for us, religion has become a commodity. Ethnicity has become a commodity. And in my mind, the very fact that we are still unable to know what to do with traditional institutions. One of the most divisive institutions, I'm sorry to say, never sound popular. Because the very fact that you have their chief, and I have my chief. Okay, that makes us independent. I mean, makes us independent. So you are going to be taking to your community, I'm taking to my community. But what we are looking at, this is why politics in Nigeria has become one huge exercise in people legitimizing the claims of plutocracy by what they are able to do to their community. So we need to find a neutralizing institution. That's why they say, okay, when there is a crisis in Nigeria, I think somebody said to the bishop, I hear my enemies say to me, you are a divisive figure. I said, okay. Yes, I am proud of that. Because there is difference between life and death. So yeah, people must choose. Okay, there is difference between chaff and hay. So we must have the courage to say, this is how we want it. And unless and until we are at the point in which you can say that, look, I went to another university. This is the result I got. It doesn't mean that only those who got a first class or even went to university. But we must come to a point in which we understand that ordinary people, the mob are engaged in democracy. Democracy is not a democracy. The mob wants blood and they want vengeance at all costs. But the project of democracy, as other countries have demonstrated, is a result of deep intellectual reflection. So it's not so much a question of, okay, how many women are in the room, how many men are in the room, how many... Yes, but managing that capacity is fundamental, because when you look at who you are, you must ask yourself, because only in Africa, and one of the things that we Africans hold here are inimical to democracy. Oh, imagine men are talking, the woman is talking. So you may have an individual who don't manage to make much money, to marry the woman who is the political side. The probably teaching the university, because the professor, they go to their house and the man sits down and they bring some cheap brandy and wisdom and drinking. They're talking about politics. And then madam says, but you know, this is teaching political science, so I hope I don't go to trouble. They say, okay, but you know, if you look at it this way, by the time the friends go and go, what kind of woman? Men are talking, wife talking about, that's the way they treat people. People are telling you, democracy is not good. And we don't know, one of the things that make democracy is democracy. One of the obstacles to democracy is democracy. That's what political science 101 says. The government of old people by old people. It's not like old people are very important. They are important. But a nation that does not treasure and reward ideas and reward people for what they know, but reward people for who they are, that is, like a sort of social and so, doesn't seem to have a future. So, in conclusion, I think that when we think about what is the way forward, the way forward is we need to come down to the fact that, and we have to work hard to break with this military mindset. You know, and then accept the fact that democracy is about opening up the state. And that if you don't extend the frontiers of imagination, I think people are free to, but you have a situation where people think that you cannot think outside a particular cultural mechanism. Like the whole idea that a young man is being sentenced to inhabit because he has said that he is an atheist. And he's serving the jail sentence. You don't have to be from camp. But the very fact that we are a democracy, not a theocracy, and that I don't have the right to say what I, it's very interesting. Yesterday, there's something going around. It's a very interesting video. It's about Muslims in some parts of the Middle East who are forgetting the word they use for breaking Ramadan. Ramadan or something. How is that? These people have now decided, one of the video talks about some Muslims in Egypt who decided that a restaurant was closed and the Christian wanted to buy food and they said, no, we can't send the food to you. And they forced the restaurant to open. Not because they love Christianity, but they wanted to break. Not even breaking the fast, but they wanted to eat. So increasingly for us, and I've said it, that's what I said in my Islamism. Unfortunately for me, you know, I write all these pretty long, people just put one simple group and that becomes it. But one of the things I said is that it's necessary for us, Christians and Muslims, to come together with the fact that we have a bigger elephant in the room. That is that our people are living Islam, they are living Christianity, and we don't want. And in rebellion, people are thinking very differently now. So the idea, and you know what, I remember my grandma, we had a bit of a battle with her. But my nephew decided to leave the Catholic Church. He started going to the church. Because my nephew got busy, and the priest was not giving the poor a chance. But my mother harassed the hell out of her. Why would you allow this? I said, my God decided to kill himself. But there are many of us who think Because this is what we grew out of. We grew out of Islam. We grew out of culture. We grew out of Christianity. We grew out of this. Therefore, our children will do. That's not the case. Because what we hold here, people are also looking at a different thing. And unless we wake up with that reality and think of a more open society that is sufficiently democratic and that allows people to play by the rules but to think the way they think, we will only be pretending, and the result of God will be more violence, more violence, more violence. Then, as I said, I want to really thank you. The point was there at the beginning. And like I said, I had to be here. Not because I don't want to be together. It's not about one of the difficulties that I have is that there are too many people at the table who just appear without knowing what to do. So many people now who are empowered that no price to pay for work. You know, in Afghanistan, when they finish their war, their Supreme Council, Federal Executive Council of Afghanistan, what they did was they made sure the chairman, he had one leg and one eye. Other people have one hand, that person one eye. You have to show evidence of what you did in fighting the Russians in order to secure our country. So it was made up of crippled people, but their injury became a badge of honor. Now we are a country where a lot of people are nowhere near where the struggle for democracy was taking place. I've now arrived the scene. Food is ready. They have not paid the due. And because the process is such that only those with resources can participate. And as I said, the tragedy is that we are watching these people collapse with the work of our own hands. But I think that what you has come to represent is the resilience of looking beyond the destination. As I said, people say to me, I laugh. I really laugh a lot. When people don't want to hear what you say, they give me a name. You don't like Islam, you don't like the law, you don't like. So what I'm not about the law. In any case, why should liking a religion is not because we be a citizen? Because the most important thing is not. I believe that when I look at where we are and where we ought to be, it is that after 2023, assuming we have an election and we come up with a proposal, it doesn't matter who the president of Nigeria is. I have set certain goals for myself. What kind of selfish? But I have an idea of what a good society is. And as long as those goals are not met, not in a selfish manner, we have an idea of how to do a good society. And once we are not working towards that direction, we must be ourselves sufficiently free to continue to contest this process. Because we know we can do better. Nigeria has got the intellectual capacity, the intellectual manpower, but the idea that we are thinking that if you vote a president, you vote a governor, it is an act of insubordination for you to challenge a president or a government to do good. We might have not decided we don't want democracy. But once you have democracy, the questions are more than the answers. And that is our responsibility, no matter where we are, no matter what our situation. So, Claire, I want to comment to you. And that it's not even a question of hoping that Nigeria or we are huge. They are not Nigeria, we are huge. They are not Nigeria, we are huge. Whereas they are not like huge. So the country is growing. And you can see from the children that are being born, I go to many houses. Most of the houses, the mothers are the smallest people in the house. I went to my friend's house in Lagos. Two of the children that are baptized. So when one was 13, the other was 14. These children, one was almost 6 feet old, the other was 5. I said, what is this? So I said to the father, what he was very lucky. I got people to continue. He said, no, Bishop, as you see them like this, they are not young, they are too protective of. I don't have anything. So we can see that the children are growing faster, they are more intelligent. They are doing the things that will never happen even when they do university. So it's not such a bad place to be. Let's hope and pray that all of us will roll up our sleeves to ensure that we contribute to the making of
Thank you very much. My brother Omoyele Sowore is there, so please come up here. I know you 2 minutes. I'm not more than 2 minutes.
You don't have to be worried because Nigeria's problem was not greater than 2 minutes. Thank you very much, and I want to wish you happy birthday. There was a regret I have. Had you not invited me, the next time I would have been here because it's trying to steal our political party. Probably when he came here, I knew I was in the house. They decided he won't come. But I promised to give out that he will come and deliver his speech. When we were in the student, we had a range of leaders. And it depends on the temperature of the mentorship, what you want. And Ghanese person to go to if you are very good at that. If you want to step it down, go to the Sabako. How you obey a counselor. Counsel you to calm down. And when you want to get intellectual feel, you go to Clement. And it's one of the most creative people in the civil world. And I mean it, civil society when it is civil society. Not now that civil society has become evil society. Because they embed with the government, the majority of them. That's the problem. And I used to say that we also used to go to Professor Shibari because he had an office in Yaba, Lagos, before he became a full-time Howard, working with Buhari. This is unbelievable. He was a member of the civil society group in Nigeria. In those days, Shibari, the vice president today. So, and I just want to say that maybe for the first time, people are discovering that you were one of the people who created us, the very difficult and stubborn ones, because of the way you creatively manage, the civil society in those days. We're not talking about nance of play that you have. You don't even have nance anymore. In our days, we just went and got mentored by ground, and we were left to do the job and support them. Today's students are so terrible, not because they don't want to fight, but because Nigerian students are trying to become the enemies of society that they are trying to condemn. So an average NAS president also wants to look like the president of Nigeria, driving expensive cars. I have met a student union leader who has 12 special advisors. And I asked the advisors, are you not students too? So what time do you have to advise them go to class? This is the kind of anomaly that our society has become. And if anybody told me that in 2022 Nigeria would be like this, I'll probably call the person out, because we thought that by 1993 Nigeria would have had democratic issues resolved. And I guarantee you that had it not happened, that one of the men who died yesterday anonymously, After Zeride, not intervene to stop Nigeria's democracy, we would not have had a Buhari in 2015. Because Nigeria's democracy would have had the opportunity to outgrow some of its democratic enemies. Today, don't let anybody lie to you, we are no longer practicing democracy. We have entered the era of moronocracy. Nigeria's democracy has been hijacked by morons. And it's for morons, and they run the entire country as a moronic territory. And that is the reason. Stop it. You used to be progressive in AIT to what happened to you guys. So it has become a moronic territory, and it is up to us citizens to take back our country. I am not here to speak as a presidential candidate. No, I'm here to appreciate someone who meant a lot to me as a person was growing up. And if anybody also told me that I would grow as fast as I grew, 60 and 51, I would never believe it. because he's an ageless person, as you see. I never look at him, I think he's 60 years old, until we met last week. And he told me, I'm coming up with my 60 years old celebration that I want you to attend. But I can't leave this place without also mentioning sadly somebody who lost in their class, and that's Innocent Chukuma. Though he might have been a quiet person, he was also a big mentor to all of us. And the sad part is that the good ones are dying, and the bad ones refuse. Kabangida will be 80, Buhari is around 80, Obasanjo is about 80 something. Khalifa couldn't live to be 70, and several other good Nigerians just died. Fela, 50 something. But the bad guys, there's something wrong with Nigeria. That good people don't live long, but bad people live so long. And I hope